Do you think this is the best way to format your Python code? Or this? Or maybe even this? What's up everyone? If you're new to the channel, I'm Patrick and I do weekly videos on Python and machine learning related topics. And if you follow my tutorials, then you should know that I do care about code formatting and having a nice and clean code. So why did I say in the title that I don't care? And the reason is I don't care about code formatting while I'm writing code. Instead, I use a tool that is doing this automatically for me so I can save time and energy and focus on the more important things. So in this video, I want to show you this tool and maybe I convince you to use this tool as well. It's actually pretty simple. So the tool I'm using is called Black and you can find it on GitHub, and it tells us it's the uncompromising Python code formatter. And it's actually in the repo of the official Python Software Foundation, so even they recommend to use this. And if we have a look at the README, then it tells us it's the uncompromising Python code formatter. By using it, you agree to cede control over minutiae of hand formatting. I actually had to Google this, so it means we cede control over details of our code formatting. And in return, Black gives you speed, determinism, and freedom from Py code style nagging about formatting. You will save time and mental energy for more important matters. So no longer discussing or fighting with your colleagues what's the best code style. Instead, you just run this code and there are no compromises. And then you have a nice formatted code. And I actually like this code format that Black is enforcing. And if we scroll down to the used by section, then we can see that Black is used in a lot of open source projects and also by the following organizations like Facebook, Dropbox, Mozilla, and Quora. So a lot of people trust this tool, and so do I. Now, in order to install and use this, we just have to say pip install Black, and then to use it, we can say Black, and then we can either use a single Python file or a whole directory, and then it's formatting the whole directory. And there is a list of command line options, but actually the only one that lets you configure and change the code style is the -- line length command. With this, you can change the characters per line to allow, so that default is 88. And this is actually the only thing that you can change and configure that affects the code styling. And everything else is fixed and no compromises here. So here I'm in my editor and I prepared an example file that I want to edit with Black in a second. So you can see I have a function, then I have a list where I didn't know where I should start a new line, and the same with a dictionary. And then we have this function from the beginning. And now here you can see some parts of the code are already underlined. So here my editor, PyCharm, is already clever enough to detect these minor issues. So if I hover over this with the mouse, then you should see the hint. It expected 2 blank lines, found 0 after the importing. And also here for the comment, if I hover over this, then we see at least 2 spaces before inline comment. And then also at the very end, we have a small underline here. So if I hover over this, then we see no new line at the end of the file. So according to the Python style guide, you should always end your file with a new line. So these are all minor issues with my code formatting, but I actually don't care about them while I'm writing the code. Instead, afterwards, I use my terminal, and here I already said pip install Black, and then I say Black and then the file name. So in this case, it's called example.py. And now I will run this and then notice what happens to the file. All right, so the formatting happened. So in the terminal, we can see all done, one file reformatted. So now let's have a look. So here you can see that after the import statement, we have 2 blank lines. Then we have our function. Then again, we have 2 blank lines. Then for this list, it detected that this is short enough to be put into one single line, but not for this dictionary here. For this, it used separate lines. And also for this function, it used a separate line for each argument. And then we have at the very end, we can also see that we have a new blank line at the end. So now all is good and we don't have anything underlined as well in PyCharm. So yeah, this is actually everything you need. So you don't have to care about the code formatting and then just run Black and your file name or the whole directory and you're good to go. So I want to mention one more thing. In our code, you see that the logging is unused. That's why it's appearing slightly more dark. And also for this function argument, this is not used. But black does not remove the unused code. So this is not what black is doing. It's not changing your code. It's only changing the code formatting. So this is very important, and I wanted to make this clear here. And now I want to show you one more trick, so you don't even have to run black yourself. You can automate this as well. So if we go back to the README of black and scroll down, there we can find the section version control integration. So if you use Git in your project, then you can use this pre-commit hook. So you just install this and then you put this in a file that is called .precommitconfig.yaml, and you put this in your repository, and then you write these commands here. And then what happens is whenever you commit your changes, it will automatically apply black to all the files. And then you have a nice code formatting without even running it manually. So this is pretty cool. And then when you upload it to GitHub, then you have a nice formatted code. So you can use this as a pre-commit hook. And this is actually what I recommend. Then you can see the changes already locally before pushing it. But you can also run this as a GitHub action. For example, you can define this for each push or pull request. And then it's running black automatically for you whenever you push or make a pull request. So yeah, I recommend to try it out, see if you like it, and if you can save some time with it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and then I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.